Hi, welcome to another edition of P&G Tips. I'm Gary in Stockholm.
Hi, I'm Paul in Barnsley. Welcome, everyone. This time,
We've got, oh yeah, go ahead, Paul.
this time, we thought we would mention some quick tips for conference. Between me and you, Gary, we must have been to over a dozen different conferences. So we have picked up some useful information and experience over the years.
Definitely, yeah. I've been both in the UK and in the US, the different conferences. And yeah, we probably have a lot between us to share. So I'm really happy that we're doing this.
Yeah, I've only ever experienced the ones in the UK. So I bet the ones in America, for example, are like hours times 10, maybe something like that.
Yeah, the New York one I've been to at least 3 times, and it can feel a little bit overwhelming. But if there's some basic things in place, it makes every conference so much more fun. And so we thought we'd put together these tips for anyone who's coming either for the first time or just as a reminder if you're coming for multiple times and you just think, oh, it'd be interesting to hear what these guys have experienced a little bit and what they recommend to take with them on their journey to the conference.
Yep, I think exactly. Ours is probably more manageable, but could still feel overwhelming to some people. So one of my first things to say is be prepared. Obviously, read the website. There's lots of information on the website, but check out the speaking sessions that you're going to. Check out where the publisher, where the editor are from, which publishers, which agent, which agency. They might drop a little gem into their talk saying, and of course, we're open to non-fiction stories about the solar system. And you could just jot that down if that's your speciality. Make sure you know who said that and how to follow it up. So go prepared.
And my number 2 tip is, even though you may feel like you're not prepared, go and have fun anyway. A lot of times, we feel like we have to get so many things ready for the conference. We're stressed. Maybe we forget something. Maybe we feel like everything's not as perfect as it can be. But the fact is, when you're there, the environment is friendly. You're going to have a great time. So just let yourself not worry so much about not being as prepared as you would like to have been.
Yeah, of course. And you can't get to every session. There's so many. That's why it's written and planned out so that there's a lot of opportunities for writers and authors to go and listen to different speakers, as well as illustrators. You can't get to every session. So a good idea, maybe buddy up with someone and then swap notes afterwards. Find out what they've learned. You tell them what you've learned. That's a way to kind of get as much out of it as you can.
Definitely, Paul. One of the other things is that you're going from session to session, you're running around. And so my next tip from my point of view is go to the social things, do the things that are, that are not necessarily, let's say, craft oriented or some speaker. Make sure that you take time to go to the coffee things, the breakout sessions, and really connect with other people. I think that's super important. So be as social as possible, because that's one of the best things about conferences I found.
Yeah, and they're really fun as well. One of which, if you're there early enough on the Friday, is the sketch crawl, which I think might be doubling up with the scroll crawl for writers as well this year. So all the information will be on the website. You'll see the address. Find out where the sketch crawl is. Last year, we went to the City Art Galleries, run by Tita Burrido, and it was really fun. It just eases you into the weekend. And if you're there for the first time, you probably meet some other people there for the first time and get a head start.
And then the next tip is bring some cards or some flyers or something, especially if you're an illustrator. People like to just look at what you've got. Some people will take those with them. Don't always expect like an art director or an editor to take those with them, but a lot of the friends that you make will just be so interested in looking at your work to have something with them to take home. And don't also be offended if some art director or editor doesn't take them. They're getting overwhelmed with material and they can only carry so much. So don't feel like, oh, they didn't like my stuff if they don't take your card. They're always connecting back onto like social media platforms and stuff. And they're actually out there looking for people that they want to work with. This is an environment where people are trying to find new talent and new people that they like. So both things. Take stuff with you. Don't be disappointed if someone doesn't want it. And at the same time, share with other people that you meet.
Another good way to get your work shown is there's a free portfolio display. And there's going to be tables put out in front of the illustrators exhibition area. And I think last year we had something like 30 different portfolios, different illustrators. Don't bring anything massive. Bring something, I mean, these are for tabletop display. Bring an A3, probably at most. A4, even better. A published book, maybe add a flyer on there as well. But take advantage of the portfolio display. And again, don't have 50 pages, have something a little bit more manageable, so that when any of the speakers, any of the agents, editors, publishers are looking around, they can flick through, check out your work. It's a perfect way to get lots of eyeballs from the industry on your work.
Another tip is, if you're a writer, engage with some illustrators. And if you're an illustrator, engage with some writers. We're all a friendly bunch and we want to combine with each other. So don't be afraid to approach someone who's an illustrator. If you're a writer, we're nice. And I know that the reverse is true as well. So feel free to really connect with people because it's really fun to make that kind of connection.
That's true. As I said before, it's the things planned for illustrators are things planned for writers. And often, even online, we don't get together and mix. So this is the perfect opportunity to be mingling and meeting others. And whilst you're there, make some notes. This is my final tip, my final top tip. Make some notes, take pictures, keep a diary maybe. Not only will it help you remember when you get back home and process it all, but you might be able to use it in your social media. If you've got a blog, it looks perfect for professional development online. Shows that you put yourself out and about. And occasionally words and pictures do ask for contributions from members. So they may well, after this conference, collect different experiences. You might have a unique take on something that's happened there. So yeah, keep notes, take pictures and try and report it when you get back. It only gives you an advantage.
And the last tip is, sometimes it can feel overwhelming when you're in a big environment with lots of people around. Make friends. It's one of the best things that you could do at a conference. They're the kind of community that you can connect with through the years. Paul and I met at a conference or at a workshop, at a retreat. And it's the kind of thing that actually can develop into long-term friendships that can really make a difference in your life, as well as during that weekend. So, really gravitate towards people that feel right for you and just allow yourself to make friends with them. You'll get so much more out of the conference, out of the experience, and actually start to build the connections that will work for you through the years as you develop as a writer or an illustrator.
Yep, you might well make lifelong friendships, as we have done through conference and other SCBWI events. So just before we finish, I did ask online if any other conference goers had got quick tips and a couple of practical things. Bring a travel mug, refillable, eco-friendly coffee tea mug, so you're not always going out and buying them. Likewise, there will be water fountain stations. Bring a refillable bottle. You're going to need cash or a card for things such as raffles, SCBWI merchandise, drinks if you're going to the party, books. People are going to be there signing books. Some of your heroes, some of the top speakers will be signing their books. You might want to buy lots of books. Bring a bag to carry them home in. Talking of books, one final tip, Garrett.
Yeah, if you have books, something that was published that you have an overrun and you'd like to donate them, there's a donation drive there at the conference. Be collecting books and then distributing to local schools and libraries. So it's really a kind of a give back to the community and a way to kind of get your work out there. So feel free, if you have had something published in the past, doesn't have to be the recent past either, whatever you feel like. If you have some nice new copies of your books and you just want to distribute and have people read them, bring them along and there'll be a place to donate them. It'll be really appreciated. There were hundreds last year, right?
There were. And what was really nice is maybe a month or a few weeks later, we got thank you emails coming in from different schools and places. They were really grateful for the book. So it made it all worthwhile.
Ah, great.
Have fun, everyone. I'll see you there. I don't think you're going this year, you get it, but I'll be there in Manchester. So
yeah. So say hi to Paul, definitely. And I'm saying hi and bye from online and look forward to seeing you all at the next event.
Brilliant. Thanks, everyone. Bye, Gary.
Bye.